Välkommen till Investalks som även distribueras via Dagens Industri. Idag gästas jag av Marius Arnesen, vd på Norse Impact, Nordens snabbast växande koncern inom non-smoke-segmentet. Lagliga nikotinprodukter som ersättning för det skadliga tobaksröken. Norse Impact har ett starkt tillväxtfokus baserat på organisk tillväxt och solida strategiska förvärv, både i Norden och övriga Europa. Välkommen Marius.
Tusen tack för det.
Norse Impact is the Nordic region's fastest growing group in the non-smoke segment. Tell us about the group and your business.
Yes, absolutely. It's very exciting. Basically, we develop and sell products within the non-smoke segment, also called the harm reduction segment. The products are legal nicotine alternatives to the standardized, the normal cigarettes as we know it. The products we sell makes it a lot easier for a smoker to be able to quit smoking. And in Norway and Sweden, the proportion of men and women who smoke has decreased dramatically over the past decade. And many have switched then over to better, healthier alternatives like e-cigarettes, snus, and also now more recently nicotine portions. The company is particularly strongly positioned within the areas of snus and electronic cigarettes, including e-liquid, with a high number of key exclusivity agreements with well-established non-smoking products for the sector. Through our daughter companies, we are a leader in the non-smoke harm reduction segment in the Nordic region, and the number of our customers is increasing every day. Sales are mainly through our own sales channels, online and offline. We have today 25 physical stores and 13 digital platforms. These platforms or sales channels are spread across Norway, Sweden, and also Denmark, Finland, and now recently UK. And we are continuously expanding our number of sales channels. We also sell through resellers, and our B2B side is gaining rapid momentum at the moment. So that's a very exciting thing for our business at this time.
Describe the market for the non-smoke segment in the countries where you operate.
Yeah, sure. The electronic cigarette alternative has proven to be one of the very best ways for people to be able to stop smoking. The market growth within the countries that we are currently operating in, but also other countries that we not yet presented ourselves, is increasing significantly year-on-year basis, and it's no indication that the trend is slowing down. It's steadily increasing, and there's come a new product to the market now called a disposable vape. It's a much more customer-oriented product in the sense that it's very easy to use. Previously, our product was very technical, so it was a little bit more challenging for everybody to use them. With the disposable vape, it's quite straightforward, and it's also a product that is more or less customized for the retail market. And as we all know, with the retail market, you can gain, that's where you can start building big volumes. So that's an exciting part for the market now and going forward.
What are your growth goals, and what is your strategy for achieving them?
Well, up until today, I would say our organic growth have been good and stable. It's always been there. It still is there, and it's increasing. On top of that, we've also done 6 acquisitions over the last 18 months to build upon our framework, the territories that we are within, and build market share. The latest acquisition being Nordens distribution in Sweden, which is located in Bologna, has had a 50% increase in the revenue every year since its inception, and it's the numbers this year also is just is showing us that we continue to grow like this. Our business has extensive growth potential, and we work every day to expand on our growth. In Sweden, we are also now focused on becoming the largest player within the space of the B2B market as well. This is something which is very high on our priority list at the moment, and it's looking very promising based upon the meetings and communication we have had with the players so far. We're also always looking and continuously looking for favorable and suitable acquisitions. The fact now that we are a publicly listed company gives us a tool to use to ensure good acquisitions at reasonable prices with a favorable structure. The cost of capitals for companies operating within e-cigarettes and snus is quite high, which means there is not too many big players in the market, and that leaves a very fragmented market. And with the fragmented market, there is also a lot of great acquisition opportunities. So bearing that in mind, together with organic growth, I believe the future growth potential for the company is tremendous.
And talking about when it comes to the growth potential, how do you see the growth potential in both short and long term for Norse Impact?
Right. Yeah. I touched a little bit on it on the last question, but furthermore, the market for e-cigarettes is still in a very, very early stage. Not everybody knows about the products, the health benefits of the products. The studies has not come so long, and the data to assess the product and the market as a whole is fairly fresh. That leaves a lot of room for further growth and expansion on still very favorable pricing models, whether it being acquisition pricing or it is product pricing out to the market. So I see Norse Impact's growth potential as extremely big. Obviously, we need to make the right decision. We need to be professional in the way we are conducting our business, and we need to stay humble. If you do this, I believe we have every opportunity to become a major player within this space in Europe, and potentially even also outside of Europe over the next few years.
What factors makes Norse Impact a company worth buying for potential shareholders?
It's a good question. Among other things, we have positioned ourselves as now the fastest growing player in the Scandinavian market within electronic cigarettes. And as I mentioned, the market for e-cigarettes is still very immature, and there are great opportunities there for rapid growth through merger and acquisitions. When it comes to snus, the Swedish market is mature, but large parts of the world are just at the beginning. And here we also have an opportunity at the same level as the already established player in Scandinavia to get our products out there. So I believe that opportunity is also very good. As I briefly mentioned a little bit earlier, we've made a number of acquisitions in the past year, and we are now starting to see very positive results from this. The company is cash positive, and the sales are growing quarter by quarter. We have also recently entered into a LOI with a company which produces medical cannabis. This is a product that fits very good into our harm reduction portfolio, and it's also a product which is seeing tremendous growth, and is also at the early stages, especially in Europe. They come a little bit further in the States and Canada, but for Europe, it's still very early. So we have a clear and aggressive strategy for acquisitions with focus on market shares, beneficial pricing models, and good synergies to optimize overhead cost and product portfolio. With this, I believe we will create significant shareholder value going forward.
Excellent. Thank you very much, Marius.
Thank you, and thank you for having me here today.